I'm Chris Haynes. I'm a Joint Commissioner, so I work both for the Clinical Commissioning Group and for Gloucestershire County Council. The big thing we want to talk about is that people with a learning disability need annual health checks, and we need to make sure they're getting full and competent access to the healthcare system. We know from research that if you have a learning disability, if you're a male, you can expect to live 13 years less than a normal regular person. And if you're a woman, it's even worse. You live 20 years less than a normal woman would live. And this is about catching things early. It's about getting people into the healthcare system. There's no reason that those differences exist. Many GPs are involved in their communities and they see people with the learning disabilities and they're providing health checks to them. But there's a number of people with learning disabilities that are not getting their annual health checks done. And the reasons, what we have to focus on are really three things. One is accommodation. If you've got a learning disability, I was talking to a GP in Gloucester yesterday who, instead of giving a 10-minute time for somebody with a learning disability, gave them a 20-minute slot because he knew it would take a little longer to explain and to make sure that he covered all the points. So that's accommodating people with a learning difficulty because they have differences. And then there's accessibility. People need things in simple language, things that they can understand, and we need to be aware that some people with a learning disability have had negative experiences with healthcare systems, and so they need a bit of extra help with understanding what's happening. The final thing is support. Even my friends and relatives say they sometimes need help navigating around the healthcare system. If you've got a learning disability, you really need a support person to help you navigate around the system. But the big thing that GPs can do for us is to identify people with a learning disability and make sure they get in every year for an annual health check, and let's catch those issues early on. We really need all of our people with a learning disability that are identified in every GP's office to get an annual health check. We know that we are not meeting the standard in terms of getting enough people getting an annual health check that have a learning disability. We have to improve, we have to get better. If we do get better, then the life expectancy for people with a learning disability is going to get better as well. And if we do those things right, the outcome for people with a learning disability is going to be that their health outcomes improve and their life expectancy is going to increase.